Hello from sunny Florida. I'm Charlene and I'm the owner of CMT Crafts. And today I'm here to do my part of the collaborator with Teri's Crafty Christmas. It's her second annual. It's from December 1st through the 31st, and it's hosted by Teri's three groups, Sweet Pea Papers, and she has two other groups, Junk Journal Tutorials and More, and Junk Journal and Paper Crafts. All three of these Facebook groups. You can enter once a day per group, an entry, and get prizes anywhere from kits to folios. These kits are amazing. As a collaborator, we were offered, these ladies offered up their kits for us to pick and choose from for our project. I picked Lenny's, but it was hard. I am not kidding you. I spent days agonizing, do I want to do this kit or do I want to do that kit? And they're just amazing kits across the board, absolutely amazing kits. Go to the link, and in the link tree, there's everything from each video per day. We have videos that are going on every day, except for the 31st. That's when the drawing will be. So you have the actual entries from the 1st to the 30th. And all these collaborators are part of this. It's just an amazing, amazing group of people here. You have to use the hashtag when you put your entries in. The link tree, it has everything in the link tree. So you go to the link tree. There's just so many things. There's freebies. The freebies are insane. There's at least 3 or 4 designers doing freebies each week. And the freebies are listed in the group, those 3 groups in the featured section. Like I said, 40 collaborators, 55 videos. And I mean, here's some of the collaborators here. Here's my little dinky old little name. This is my first collaboration ever. Actually, this is my first speaking video outside of doing a live in Rockin' Robin's group. So here we go. I'm going to now, let's see, I think I went over everything. Again, go to the link. The link takes you to everything. It's so simple. You just click on it, boom, and you're there. I'm going to be making a little album out of a file folder. I will also put in the link this lady who I got it from. It's BerryLittlePaperCrafter, and she made a little album using a file folder. Now, I took mine a little differently than hers, but basically, you're taking a file folder. Here's my mock-up. Let me do it right way first. So here is your file folder, how it normally would work. You're just going to fold it horizontally, east and west, and then you're going to fold it north and south. And then you're going to open her all up. Excuse if you hear my dog. He barks when there's deliveries being made. And you're going to do a T-cut. You cut up through the center here and 2 sides. That's it. And then when you put it together, it makes a little album. Now, she did it where it had 3 pockets. So hers was open. Here's a pocket, open. This creates a pocket here where the 2 pieces go together, and another pocket and open. I did mine a little differently. Unfortunately, the first 2 tries, I did do some of the gluing down already. As my point was, I knew I could not do this all in one shot. I'm a mother of a special needs daughter who is profoundly mentally and physically handicapped. So when I'm creating, it's 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there type of intervals. So I started on this and I wanted to finish it with you all on the group here. And, oh, I see one of my little things is coming off. Okay, so this is my little album, again, from Lenny. I got from hers. And mine opens up this way. And instead of making a pocket, I did a flip. I like flip floppies. I like some stuff that's interactive. And then here, this is when I started gluing when I realized on my second try, the tripod was taping something else inside of me. And here, so what we're going to do today, I'm going to finish this up with you all on here and see how it works. I still have to find the front. I know it's around over here to my left somewhere, just don't know where yet. So what I did in the previous try, I glued down this pocket here, and this is part of the kit. Excuse me as I keep touching that. These actually go, I love my dies. I'm a die fanatic. I can't free cut hand anymore that well. And anyhow, so I made little journaling cards. I go in here. And unfortunately, I've already inked them in the previous video. I glued down these 2 pockets just now. I would say not previous try. And that's a little type that will fit in there. Again, I used one of my dies. I love tag dies. I love having different tops and bottoms to them. And this one's a little tight. I'm gonna probably take a ruler and fix that. But that baby goes in there. I already glued these down. These are part of her kit, the pockets, the envelopes, and I glued them down. I still have to decorate them. And here's like one of the tags. I just put it in there because I just thought that one looked good in there. And I have a bunch of stuff already pre-cut already as far as die cuts go. I've already put an eyelet in here so I can do a little dangly. Have not made the dangle yet. And this is when I realized that the camera was facing all the way to my right and not on my table. I glued this pocket here. We have a pocket here. We have a pocket here. And now we're getting ready to glue this little guy down. And unfortunately, my glue guy is messing with me. A lot of people like to use Barely Art glue and or what's the bear one? I can't think of the bear one. I know I have it over to my left right now. And I'm going to show you ladies an alternative that works just as well. It's acid free. If for those of you who are scrapbookers or into doing the acid free, I have part of my forte is doing custom framing. So there's a lot of little things and tricks I've picked up with that I do implement over on here. I use a lot of spray adhesive. Spray adhesive is my friend. So we have a pocket here, and a pocket there. And this guy goes in here. She should go in there just fine, yes. And we're just gonna, I know I have ones to put in here, but for right now, we'll just do this. I still have to glue these down. So this one I already glued down, as you can see. And again, I just like using my die cuts. And this one, it was a double layered one, and I use my dyed paper on the back of them. I coffee dyed, tea dyed, whatever I felt like doing at that point in time is what I added on there. And I can feel like, I feel like the backing's coming off of that one. And now I asked both Teri and Lenny if I could do this. Some of this pieces like this here is from another kit, but I love her stuff so much that I wanted to incorporate pieces of the other because they are interchangeable. A lot of these kits, it's amazing how well they go together and how you can put them together. A lot of times, you know, here's a kit and you can't really mix it with another kit. Well, this you can, and I like that there's a carryover that you can have with these. So we're gonna glue this little pocket down here. This is from another die from Big Shot, one of those big clumpy dies that Sizzix used to make that no longer make, but it's still, they come in handy. I like them. I still like going old school in some stuff. And we're going to put her right in there. And now we have a cute little pocket here. And as I said, yeah, because of me taking care of my daughter, I do this in increments, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. I can't just sit for an hour, unfortunately, and craft away without being pulled away for one reason or another, which is fine. I don't mind. That's the lifestyle I've chose. So on this page here, what I've done, I did this ahead of time, and all these little ornaments are also from dies. And this tree's also from a die. And Lenny had little triangles, and I tried to put the triangles and make a tree out of it. It was a fiasco. And I just made a hot mess. I had to redo it all. I've had to pull it all out and redo it. So I remembered about me having this. It's a page, actually, for a folding. It has 3 holes. So I cut off the whole section and, you know, mirrored itself and made little pockets out of it. And for the ornaments. And ornaments of the journaling tags. Again, this is all from Lenny's papers. They're just incredible. And your printer doesn't make a difference in the type of printer you use that makes a difference. The type of paper you use. Did I say that right? I'm using Epson presentation paper. I've tried every kind, cardstock, everything else, and it is such a major difference in coloring. When you see the worst compared to the good, it's just like, wow. The only thing I don't like about this is, I don't know if you can see it on there, there's a little scratch. This paper is delicate. It does scratch easy, but I do have a matte spray that I use normally, and I spray everything so that way that doesn't happen. So if someone does actually scratch it with their nail or something, it doesn't pull off the coloring off of it. Now this is one of the pockets also I kept here. I kept that pocket there, and I have a firmer to go there. This side here, I'm going to glue a pocket down. I already did a tab, and this was really easy. Just some scrap dyed paper that I had, and I stapled it in the center, and I just took one of her images and just folded it over. You can see I did the staples, didn't do a great job on the staple, but that's okay. Made 2 little eyelets to put it there. This is going to be for the closure. We're going to run some ribbon through here. Once I run the ribbon, then we'll glue this down. And I did glue it on this pocket already. Like I said, some things I purposely did not do, and I'm so mad that I should have probably did a little testing of fake doing it before I actually made the video, because I already did a bunch of gluing on a couple other pages prior to this. Take 3 here. And there we go. Like I said, I even had to take the middle tip off it. I think it's Crafter's Companion glue bottles. I just love the metal tips. And I use barely art glue pins to keep them from drying out. Just want to get that up there. I want that to match that edge. I even cut it out to match the edge. I do not like my glue coming out the edges. Even though it dries clear, I don't like having that shiny showing at all. It really bothers me. I think that part of that's for my custom framing. And I'm bad. I have craft dresses. I use my hands to my dress to write my stuff on. And we're going to now run some lace through here. And I did already pick some pieces already. I picked 3 different pieces I'm going to run through. I coffee dyed a sheet and just tore it up. And it's amazing what you can use with what you already have, and I'm trying to do that. Try to be mindful not to buy and use what you have on hand. It's hard, and I know a lot of you feel me on that. It's hard not to go, ooh, oh, that's vintage. I'll grab that, you know. Oh, look at that lace. I don't have any of that. So I try to just do my consumables as much as possible. I try to be mindful, although I was bad this month, but we'll keep that to ourselves. So anyway, so we're going to put these through and use this as our closure. And let me see if I can do it without too much fuss or muss. No. I'm going to have to use a pokey. Just trying not to, but just to get it in there and out again. Okay, we got one edge done. Let's get the other side done. And we'll get this closure going. I usually like to do these type of closures because I usually do gator mouths. It's weird. I don't journal myself personally. I'm not a writer, but I love crafting. And I went from scrapbooking to this. I started doing this back in the 200s, well, 99, 98. I was already doing scrapbooking when I started getting to junk journaling. Unfortunately, my daughter's health took a turn, and that took priority. So I went several years where I didn't do any crafting. And then I just recently got back into the last 4 years. And it's funny how much stuff I already had already for junk journaling in my stash. I've been crafting since I was a little girl, and I come from a household of artists. So here we go. So here's our tie, and it will just go around the front and tie off. Okay, so now that we got her there, we're going to go back, and we're going to glue the ladies down. And I mean, the image is just phenomenal. I love the vintage Victorian look type feel, old world feel, and this kit definitely has that. She also has another one, a pink tall kit, and I almost did that one, but I decided with the red, I don't know why. The tall pink one, I'm thinking I'm gonna make one for my niece. My niece is into pink, and so is my little sister. And so I'm just gonna glue this baby down right over. Make sure it folds, nothing sticking out, it folds. There we go. I don't like any glue showing, and there is. Just a big pet peeve of mine. When you do custom framing, everything has to be perfect. Everything's 90-degree angles, perfect cuts, the whole 9 yards. So that's been instilled in me doing that for so many years. So it's kind of hard for me to go outside the box and tear up paper. And I don't mind tearing up a book. That wasn't so hard to do. Once you tore one up, I actually get excited when I get home that I can dismember a book. I'm like, oh, yes. And look what I can make from this, you know, from the book to what I come out with. And I'll go back and I'll put probably gold string, I think, on these, so that way it doesn't take too much bulk. You don't want it to be too thick. But see, here we go. We still tie off pretty easy, yeah. But in case someone does do a gator mouth and adds more stuff to it and what have you. And will this fit in here yet? Let's see. This I did on take one, and I think I have to either trim the tag or take a ruler. That's a trick to use, is taking a ruler to the pocket and expanding it to make sure, you know, it'll fit in all directions, so to speak. Sometimes, you know, glue will get hung up on the edge or squirt out far too much in one direction. And that's my little trick, is using the metal ruler, because the metal ones are thinner usually than the plastic ones. And she's still not wanting to go in. I might have to trim her down on her sides. Part of it is this is glitter paper, and it's catching on that also, so that's why I didn't also go down so easily. That one goes in fine enough. And let's see, I didn't put anything. Oh wait, that's right, I'm sorry, I apologize. That's my envelopes. I still have to put stuff in the other ones. I think I'm going to take my pieces of dyed paper and put it in there, and maybe just do like a string on top so someone knows to pull it out. And there we go, that will go in there. And I need a tag to put here. I don't remember if I showed on this take another one of my tags. It's a double tag, one and then the topper. And she's just really pretty. This is from another kit of hers, but I just love the paper, so I wanted to make a tag out of it. And they're just, I mean, the kit's just an amazing kit. You know, she just does fabulous work. I'm just going to leave that out for right now. And that goes in the center there. Let me see. And then we got that there. Okay. I need something for here. And over here, I do have stuff already done. I already did a bunch of the ephemera. I haven't inked it yet because I wasn't sure what I was going to use where. But I think I'll use that here. I'll trim it up a little bit. We'll use that guy there. And let's see, maybe stick in another portrait. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So we got all those filled. We got that filled. I do need something up here. I need a tag. I don't know that I have one, though. Let me see what I got. I do. Let's see. They're both the same size. Yes. You know what? We'll put the red there, and we'll put the green here so the green stands out a little more. There we go. And we will put... I will probably end up putting eyelets on each one of the tags. I was going to try to do red and green, but my colors were bright red and didn't really go with this darker cranberry color. So that's why I went with more of a bronze here. So that's all I probably will do is do bronze in all of these. And let's see what else. I know, well, we got to stick some stuff in here. Okay. I mean, there's just so many beautiful imageries to pull from. And like I said, this is supposed to be a tall journal, so I printed out all the pages and I cut everything down to my liking. A visit from St. Nick's. That's cute. I like that. That's an adorable picture right there, too. Christmas menu. Let's see. What am I going to put where? I like the stockings and St. Nick. What else will we'll put there? We'll put him in there, too. Here we go. And I will ink these up later. We'll stick those guys right in there. And like I said, she had it where I have my envelopes that she made it a pocket. But I like more interactive to go with. And I have more stuff to put away. There's something I did do with the kit, which I have to stick in here, is this here. It's an altered playing card. And it just came out so cool that I'm actually doing a bunch more with other designer stuff. And this is actually part of an earring. See, I cannot stand when the glue shows. I'm going to have to use, I'll show you ladies in a second what I use to do that. And then, isn't that cute? I just absolutely just love that. You open it and hello, there she is. And I did back it with some paper so someone can write on it if they felt like it. But this just came out so cute. I'm making more of these with another designer. And what I like to do with taking away the shiny, this is what I use. Have it in a quart, as you can see, 32 ounces. It's just the best buy, especially if you don't like shiny stuff. I don't like shiny stickers. I will put this over several times over a sticker if I use a shiny one to dull it out. It dries clear. It just makes a matte finish. Now, my alternative glue that I use, now don't get me wrong, I love my Barely Art, and I love Art Glitter Glue. I have Art Glitter somewhere around here too. I love them. But this is my go-to right here. And it's acid-free for those who care about that. And you just get so much more for your money when you buy, you know, a big jar like this. It's just crazy how inexpensive it is to buy this than to buy a bunch of small of the other ones. And they works exactly the same. If you're not sure, they do small, I think 8-ounce bottles. Try an 8-ounce bottle of it and see for yourself. And the same thing with this. They do smaller of these too. You don't even have to use this company, but when you do it, make sure that it's a matte finish. If you want a matte finish, you can also get glossy, which I do use for puzzles and stuff. And we used in custom framing because it's crazy the stuff people want framed. It's just, you name it, it got framed. It's insane what people would frame. Now for the cover, I'm trying to find that, and what I did with that pretty little thing, because that's the next thing to get on there, is the cover before I can top it all off outside of doing some finishing inking. And I'll just show you ladies my hot mess I'm going through. So when I do a lot of die cuts ahead of time. Like I will add some of this. It's getting a little beat up being in here. I will add some of these probably to some of the pages. I might even, instead of doing eyelet, I might use this on one of them. And oh, that's coming away from the backing. I've got to glue that back down. So I did a bunch of fussy cuts ahead of time to add to the pages. Right now trying to find the front page. Is some more that I will add somewhere in here. And I'm just kind of a little freaking out because I'm like, where is my finished page, the topper, which actually goes on the top. It's a nice layered piece. And I'm not finding it. And I hate the sound of a bag on videotape, the scrunching sound it makes, but I just might have to do that because I'm not finding, which I thought I had right there. And like, here's another die cut. And I'm not seeing it. So here's a bunch of stuff. Well, I'll just show you later a bunch of stuff that I've already did with the more die cuts that I did. that come with the kit. And some of these from her other kit, but most of this, and here's the big ornaments. And that's just for another pocket to add somewhere if need be. And that's another backing for ornament. Another tag. I didn't cut that one yet. I don't know why I didn't. Another tag. And she's been backed, but I haven't cut her out yet, unfortunately. Here's some more tags from the kit. And little jingle bells. This is an envelope here. Another tag. And these colors are just absolutely phenomenal. This is my favorite. What I did is I took a smaller tag die and cut it out and then put it in the back. So I don't know if you can tell, it's actually a framed little guy. She's my favorite. I might have to keep her. She came out really cool. I like how she came out. And more die cuts. And I just love different types of shapes when it comes to tags. I don't like just a universal shape, so I pulled out my die cuts. And this, like I said, the imagery is just phenomenal. And I did a little Saint Nick. I love how these came out. These came out just absolutely beautiful. I did 3 of them all day. Don't they just stunning? And I'll probably add some sickles to this one here with the red. I don't think I'll do anything on the girl. I might add a little gold sickle to the flames there. And here's more. This was a 2-piece. I was going to make a pocket on the back with this, but I decided not to, but it's 2 pieces. I will do something with it. I haven't figured it out yet. Here's some more tags to go in there. I backed it with my hand-dyed paper. And like I said, this Lenny's kit is just amazing. I just absolutely love this kit. It's just absolutely stunning. This is actually paper from one of the other kits. I think I showed you all that. Yes, I did. Okay, so there's still this. I'm doing this all to try to find my topper to go on here, to no avail at the moment. And I'm gonna have to make some noise, unfortunately. I am not good with filming. Normally when I film something, I'm not talking, and I just mechanically show how my project works, and I speed it up so there's no sound to my videos. If you go look at through my channel, I post stuff I haven't sold. I sell in groups that do stuff, and I'll just keep it at that without having any flags. Just some more tags. And here you can see some of the papers of this kit. Here's another folder thing I'm going to do. I haven't decided yet exactly. I think I might do this with the tall pink one. And I am trying to... Now, here's what I'm talking about paper difference when you're printing. You can see the diminished colors. See how pale these two are? And it's just because it's printed on a different type of paper as opposed to for me printing on Epson matte finish presentation paper. You see how muted it is? So these are mistakes. I have little grandchildren that will not notice the difference, that they're under the age of 5, so I'll probably incorporate this into some of their stuff, just because, like I said, they're not going to know. So yeah, see the difference? Look how much of a difference there is. Paper matters. And also the software. If I go through my phone and I use iPhone software and print my Epson through my Epson that way, I get a bad quality like this. But if I use my Epson app, this is what I get. So it definitely makes a big difference in the coloring there. And if you didn't know any better, yeah, that's great, but I know better, so there's the difference with that. And I'm hoping I'm not boring you ladies while I'm searching for my actual topper, because I'm kind of freaking out, because it should be like right here, and it's not. That's my scraps. And I think this is the pink journal. Some more, oh, no, that's not what I'm looking for. Another pocket I made. I didn't incorporate in it though. And another tag. And I am not finding my topper, so I am not going to be able to show that, unfortunately. I will do in another video. I apparently dropped a bunch of ephemera. Sorry, the screen's blank for a minute. I dropped a bunch of ephemera when I pulled all this out, and it's kind of bumming me that I'm not finding the top. So I do not want to keep you guys on here longer than you have to be. But anyway, it is an image. It's going to go on here. And I have it, I'm so mad, I have a die cut out with this really pretty, this really pretty filigree die cut. And I can show you, here's the pink one. Here's the pink journal. And I started doing some of it already. But the papers, and this is a tall, I think I'm upside down, tall skinny journal. Actually, that goes that way. Like you say, I used some pieces already. I do it upside down again. Leave it to the attention deficit mind, right? But you see how beautiful these pages are. Only thing I don't like about my printer is it doesn't do borderless, and sometimes you can see the edges are wacky. So if I print on both sides, it doesn't always correlate. So that's why I usually use my own paper for the most part when I do the backing. So that was just a mess up when I just decided to use the front. Sometimes it acts up, but I still love it. I have had it less than a year, but it's still my favorite purchase so far. And I used to do photography restoration back in the 90s with printers, so I know the difference between a good quality printer and a bad quality printer. But these, like I said, this is her pink and tall kit. I just absolutely just love this kit too. It was really hard. The designers have so many kits, and we're only allowed to feature one designer in our collaboration to make sure each designer gets their credit due to them. But everybody's doing a different designer for the most part, and so definitely check out the other videos because there's some amazing creations being done with this collaboration. Just absolutely amazing creations. And I think I'm going to wrap it up because for the life of me I am not finding what I need, but I will give you another flip through. This is another one of her kits that I actually picked from to use some pieces in it. This is actually an ephemera kit I think that she has. I got like 5 of her kits. 4 or 5. Anyway, they're just amazing kits. Lenny's got great kits. Again, use the link. Go to the link tree, and it takes you to all the collaborators. Go to the Facebook groups. That's where all the freebies are. And, I mean, how can you pass a freebie up, right? I mean, crazy to pass up a freebie, especially when they're awesome designs as this. You know what I mean? You got to go in there and check it out. So I think I'm going to call it a wrap. And what I will do is I will make a video of a final flip through of her when I'm totally done. Thank you for being with me on doing some of the finishing touches on her, and I just still love this. It's just one of my favorite. It just came out so cool. It's actually a die that only cuts 3 sides. It's a card die, and it just happens to fit perfect with these the playing cards. And so I hope you enjoyed my little creation here that I came up with, my little idea. And I hope that this inspires you to take some of the freebies and or buy the kits and make something yourself. Again, go to the link tree. Cannot emphasize that enough. Everything's at your fingertips, literally. Teri has it set up so easy. My mother can do it. My mother is not technically at all. She's very technically challenged, to say the least. And she can even go through and easily access everything. The way Teri has it set up is just so easy to use. So anyhow, I'm going to close this to an end. I feel like I'm repeating myself on repeat. And thank you for being with me. And Teri, thank you for letting me be part of this collaboration. I'm very honored, very honored. And I hope to see you all soon. Y'all have a great day. Goodbye from Florida.